everyone, this is the Talking Dictionary. Yeah, the Talking Dictionary is I. And I am called the Talking Dictionary because I talk and I define words from the dictionary. I also tell jokes, I mean, this is also, kind of the joke part of the show. But, people have different ways of telling jokes, Sometimes some people tell jokes, their way. I tell jokes my way, for instance, if you were flipping around, the TV channel, looking at some other female stand-up person, I mean, they call themselves comedians. They're always talking about relationships or something like that, because it seems to be that's the thing girls should talk about, or they curse a lot to overcompensate for the fact that they're a girl on stage as opposed to a guy. And then, that's pretty much all they talk about. They just talk about relationship, or, if they're, for instance, if they're from a certain place, like if they're Korean, they talk about Korean jokes, or if they're Italian, they just talk about their own little ethnic jokes, and that's about it, apparently that's what, they do, especially, when it's a girl. Take a look, next time you look at a stand-up comedian, you'll notice, if it's a girl comedian, she's going to be probably more vulgar than the guy comedian, probably curses a little bit more, and talks about relationships, because apparently that's all they can do. I mean, when you see things like this, you kind of wonder sometimes if, maybe women really are inferior, I mean, I would have thought so if it wasn't the fact that I was a girl. I mean, if I was a guy, I could understand why some guys out there would think, girls can be inferior to guys, but it depends. It all depends. And today's definition shall be the word freebooter. Freebooter is one who goes about freely in search of booty. A plunderer. One who goes about freely in search of booty. Or a plunderer. Speaking of searching for booty and speaking of plundering, I'm kind of thinking about Brooklyn. So all you Brooklyn fans out there, all you plunderers out there, and all you people searching for booty, hello there. Well, I don't really have any fans in Brooklyn, but I'm just saying. But anyway, that's today's definition. And sometimes these words, these definitions are not always going to be very, very funny, because sometimes they can be serious, you see, and this is why it's important, when the teacher gives you homework, you can watch the show and take a note of some of these definitions and go to school the next day and you have a new word. So you can do very well in grammar this way. Isn't that nice? The benefits of the show is to really improve, your marks in school. So remember, folks, today's word was freebooter. That's right, folks. Freebooter.